Here is your latest African news. South Africa. South Africa parents says racism rife at school. Protests broke out at a school after an alleged racially motivated attack that left two limping. The protesters and pupils claimed that racism that involved violence from white students towards a group of African students was why they took to the streets. Rubber bullets and tear gas were fired outside the institution to disperse protesting parents. Congress of South African student members and protesters dressed in ANC and EFF regalia picketing outside the school and calling for an end to racism. Tensions ran high as there were clear divisions among parents. In contact, schooling was suspended, with the school saying classes would resume online. Morocco. Morocco and Israel agree on $500 million defense missile deal. Morocco has signed a $500 million deal with the Israeli state-run company Israel Aerospace Industries to acquire an air and missile defense system, Israeli media has reported. According to the same source, IAI will provide Morocco with the Barak MX system in a deal that was discussed during Israeli Defense Minister Benny Gantz's visit to Morocco in November last year. Barak MX provides a single integrated solution for multiple simultaneous aerial threats from different sources and ranges in several mission types and battle conditions. The reports also added that these threats include fighters, sea scheming, cruise missiles, ballistic missiles, drones, helicopters, and gliding bombs, and the system offers 3 interception ranges of 35, 70, and 150 kilometers. Morocco and Israel had signed a historic agreement for the establishment of diplomatic relations in December 2020. Madagascar. Tropical cyclone Dumako to hit Madagascar. Northeast of Madagascar is expected to be struck by tropical cyclone Dumako, and according to local forecasts, making it the third storm to attack the island in a month. Tropical cyclone Dumako was seen heading towards Madagascar from Reunion Island and was estimated to make landfall. It is expected to enter the region between Sainte Marie and Antalaha and to exit the sea near Nosy as a moderate tropical storm, forecast added. The local weatherman issued a green alert in the affected region. Dumako comes after tropical cyclone Ana, which affected the eastern and central highlands of the country as a tropical depression, and Batsirai, which is battering the southern part as a tropical cyclone. Africa-wide. Rising sea levels pose threat to Africa heritage sites. A research published last week by the University of Cape Town's Africa Climate and Development Initiative indicated that more heritage areas exposed to flooding compared with erosion, especially the ones located along the African coast, are at threat of rising sea levels. Findings show that 56 of 284 identified African heritage sites are at risk of a 100-year coastal extreme event. Furthermore, the researchers project the number of exposed sites to more than triple by 2050. Currently, 23 of North Africa's 109 sites were exposed, while West Africa has 18 sites exposed and Southern Africa has 7. East Africa and small island developing states have 4 exposed sites each. Tunisia has 34 sites at risk, the highest in the continent, of which 7 are exposed to a 100-year event, with 2 being highly exposed. Egypt has 4 exposed sites, while Morocco and Senegal have 7 exposed sites each. Mali. France finally pulled out of Mali but will still remain in the Sahel. French Foreign Affairs Minister Jean-Yves Le Drian has announced that French troops will pull out from Mali. The leaders discussed their country's future in Western Africa. Mounting tensions between French and Malian authorities triggered what French President Macron called a need for significant changes in his country's military presence. Le Drian deemed conditions were no longer met by French forces to continue occupying Mali, but he insisted France would still occupy other Sahelian nations. France is present in the Sahel region with military Operation Barkhane and is also part of the Takuba International Task Force. Sahel and France leaders will meet to further discuss the situation. Contrary to their 2020 in-person meeting, only 3 of the 5 Sahelian presidents will be present. Nigerian, Mauritanian, and Chadian leaders will attend the meeting. South Africa. Nelson Mandela's home converted into a boutique hotel. The late statesman Nelson Mandela's estate residence has been converted into a boutique hotel named Sanctuary Mandela. The property for long had been defaced but now boasts 9 rooms and a capacity to accommodate 18 guests with multiple Mandela portraits on the wall. Objects and belongings that adorn the house also display his role as a Nobel Peace Prize winner, an anti-apartheid activist, political leader amidst other roles. Inside the hotel there were letters that Madiba personally wrote in the house. One of them is a letter he wrote on February 13, 1990, 2 days after his release from prison. There are also letters he wrote during his incarceration speaking about his children who he was longing for. The foundation CEO Selo Hatang said he's excited about the project, which was conceptualized in 2017. The hotel has 9 curated rooms, a restaurant, bar, lounge, swimming pool, 2 meeting rooms, and an on-site parking space, and is expected to open on September 1st. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, follow, share and like our video. It's the best way of supporting us. Great news, you can now pre-order our children's book Maua and the Gardens of Plenty, a book that teaches children the power of great ideas. This book is the best way to start exposing your children to African stories told by Africans. Find the purchase link in the description below. You can directly support this new series by becoming our YouTube member, Patreon or donor. And remember, Africa is watching.